I bet you solved 3 problems this past week that weren't yours to solve. You know it, and somewhere in the back of your head, you already know why they keep coming back. The answer isn't your team's capability, it's the system you built without realizing it. Today, I'm going to show you the real reason your team keeps bringing problems back to you. The 3 moments you built this pattern without ever seeing it. And I'm also going to give you one key question that starts breaking it the next time someone dumps a problem back on your plate. There's a difference between handing someone a task and handing them ownership. See, most leaders do the first and think they did the second. I know I've done it. I've handed off a major initiative to one of my leads, told him it was his, checked in even a few weeks later, and he had been waiting for the direction he assumed I would give. And I hadn't given it because I thought I had. See, neither one of us was wrong. The handoff was just hollow. And what he stopped believing quietly, without saying it, was that his judgment was enough. That's a damage a hollow handoff does, not just confusion, doubt. I also worked with a VP of engineering, right? He handed one of his leaders ownership of the roadmap. But every sprint planning meeting ended up the same way. The room went quiet, and everyone turned to him for the final call, for the final message. I asked how he originally handed off the roadmap. And he says, I don't know, 5 minutes. He said something like, this is yours now. That was the handoff. He gave them the task, but he kept the strategy and the thinking behind it. They never saw how he weighed options. They never saw the decision that he would make. Or when pressure came, they came back. Not because they couldn't think, but because they'd never been empowered to make the call in the first place. That gap isn't capability, it's context. And until you give them that frame, they're going to keep bringing you back the same decisions over and over again. I'm going to define 3 moments, and I want you to ask yourself if you're doing this. See, most leaders will hit all 3 at some point during a typical week and don't even realize it. So I want you to see if any of these land for you. Moment number 1, I call it the fast rescue. Your team hits a wall. You step in, you solve it in 10 minutes, and you move on. What they learn when you hit a wall was stop and find you. They didn't push through. They don't develop the judgment to solve it. They wait because waiting worked. Moment 2, called the silent takeover. They bring you a draft, a plan, a proposal, and you rewrite it. You don't explain the reasoning. You just fix it and send it back. And what they learn is their judgment doesn't cut it. So next time, they don't commit. They don't act. They think, hey, why should I finish this if he's going to change it anyway? You didn't just fix the draft. You taught them to wait for you. And moment 3 is I call the approval loop. A decision is technically in their lane. They start checking in with you before acting. And every time you answer yes, no, or just do it, you confirm the loop. What they learn is checking in is the actual move. The check-in becomes a habit. That habit fills your calendar. And now you're making decisions that were never supposed to be yours to make in the first place. 3 key moments. And in each one, the dependency doesn't just form, it builds and builds. And being able to see that in real time, that's the skill. Not after the meeting, not in retrospective, but in the moment. When someone walks in with a problem and your instinct is to solve it, just pause for a second. That split second, that nanosecond where you catch yourself and say, my awareness muscle is building. And the more you train it, the faster it builds. See, this is what separates leaders who build critical thinkers from leaders who build dependency. One develops people, the other just gets faster at solving problems that should never reach them in the first place. So here's how you start training your awareness muscle. 3 questions. I want you to answer them honestly, not as a leader you want to be, but as a leader you currently are or have been this past week. The first one is, when your team brings you a problem, do you usually solve it or do you ask what they would do first? 2, when you disagree with how something is handled, do you correct the outcome or do you explain the reasoning behind your decision? And 3, when someone checks in before acting, do you give them the answer or do you ask why they're not acting on their own ahead of time? If your honest answers are solve it, correct it, or give the answer, you've been running a system that tells your team that waiting is smart And here's what that cost you. Every problem they bring back is time you don't spend on the work only you can do. The bottleneck isn't your team, it's the signal you keep sending them. The shift doesn't require a new program or a big conversation. It requires one question, asked consistently, starting Monday. What would you do, and what would make you confident enough to just do it? That's it. That's the whole move. Not a framework, not a system. One question that puts the thinking back where it belongs. You ask that enough times, and your team will stop coming to you for answers. They'll start instead coming to you to think out loud. That's a different relationship. That's a different team. And it starts with one question you didn't ask today, but you can ask starting tomorrow. If you're ready to elevate your leadership brand, influence, and impact, I've got something for you. I want you to download my free ebook, The CEO Shift, How to Empower Your Leaders to Think Like Entrepreneurs and Lead Like Owners. Inside, I'll walk you through how to elevate your leadership, how to drive alignment, and how to build a high-performance team that truly owns the mission. If you're not quite ready for that yet, that's cool too. Then let me send you a signed copy of my book, Freedom to Experiment. It's all about reigniting energy, sharpening focus, and building momentum that lasts. I'll cover the cost of the book. All I ask is for you to handle shipping. Hit the link in the description if you're interested, and our team will take care of the rest. If you like this message, if this message hit home for you, here's how you can help others find it too. Give this video a like, drop a comment below related to your business, and of course, subscribe. Because every week I'm sharing strategies to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. I'll see you in the next video.